Hi my fellow mortals and welcome to a new video. So today I found something really fun. Someone in my Discord sent this to me. It is a Scooby-Doo episode about Goths. So I thought we would watch this together and I would react to it. I have done reaction videos to South Park before, which you guys really liked. So I thought this time we would react to something different. And that is Be Cool Scooby-Doo Season 2 episode 16 called American Goth. So I've actually never watched this Scooby-Doo episode before. I did watch Scooby-Doo when I was younger, but I've never seen this one actually, so I'm really curious about it. But I've heard it's really funny and they do actually mention a lot of things about Goth in there. Before we start watching, I want to ask you to please take a look at my Instagram page. I post a lot of other Goth content on there. Also, join my Discord server if you want to join my community. It's really lovely and I hope to see you in there. And also, I want to say a huge thanks to my channel members for supporting me. Also, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers and it would mean the world to me if we could get there.
I'm afraid my offer to buy this hospital will be lower than discussed. It's in far greater disrepair than I imagined.
Well, this old hospital's held together well, considering it's 100 years old.
You call this a walkway? Ugh! Hey, this is actually broken. Wait a minute, I actually found something. Over here! I am so charging you extra for this!
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if anyone knows this, but as a kid I used to read this series called Goosebumps, and there's like one of the books that I used to find really scary as a child. It's like something with a plant monster in a basement or something. But this reminds me of that because it's like in a basement and it's a plant monster.
Shaggy, it was so nice of your friend Amelia to invite us all to her party.
What's up, Velma? You normally don't like parties.
I'm working on a new exercise for social anxiety. I mentally replaced the word party with the word autopsy.
Honestly, how cool would it be if Velma was goth? She kind of gives off those kind of like gothic vibes with being kind of strange and nerdy. I mean, I just know that Velma would love like Gothic literature and goth music if she tried it. Also, as a person who actually does assist in autopsies for my job, I do have to say that for someone with social anxiety, an autopsy is definitely more chill than a party, because after a party you're like totally mentally drained, you're like so tired, while an autopsy is kind of like, you know, quiet and calm.
So Amelia doesn't even know us. You and she must be really good close friends.
Yeah, like we were two peas in a pod. But I haven't seen her in 8 years. Not since elementary school. We were like best friends, but also sort of kind of maybe liked each other. Then she moved away.
Oh, that is really cute. Shaggy's going back to his like teenage lover.
Shaggy, it's me, Amelia.
Amelia? Like what happened to you?
Nothing. I'm a goth.
What happened to you? As if something really bad's going on with her.
A goth?
How do we defeat it?
No, goths are a subculture that began in the 1980s with the goth rock scene.
Seems like they did their homework for this one, because that is actually true. Goth did start with music, like goth rock and all that stuff. Okay, I know that some people can react kind of hostile to goths for looking strange or thinking that we're satanic or something, which we are not. But I've never actually, luckily, encountered anyone who wanted to defeat me or like put a stake through my heart.
Wow, Amelia. I can only imagine your parents' reaction to all this.
I know, right? They're thrilled. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Be back later.
Go forth, youngling. Commune with the spirits of the night.
Coolest parents ever. I really love this. I was about to say, like, the first thing people always think of when I see a goth is like, oh, what would your parents think about this? Or like, don't you have a father or something? Like, I always really dislike that reaction. It's like, it's just a style. It's not like something really horrible or something. Like, why are you immediately thinking, oh, poor parents or whatever?
Like, I can't believe how much you've changed, Amelia.
When we moved, I thought I'd never make friends like you. But I found a group of goths called the Night Shadows, and they're totally cool and weird.
Oh, it's really nice when people who are like alternative find a group of people that are alike. Like, I wish I had some kind of friend group with people who are all goth in real life. I do have a friend group online, but in real life I don't really know many goths. That's probably because I don't go out much.
Besides, I can't believe how much you haven't changed.
I must have changed.
You're still the same old funny, scaredy pants Shaggy.
Honestly, this couple is really cute. It's kind of like that stereotype with like the kind of nerdy boy with the goth girl, which honestly I don't like that stereotype, but in this case I think it's really cute.
Shaggy.
Like, did you just snort?
No, I stopped snorting years ago.
Okay, now I need to make a confession because I'm actually relating to this goth character in a really weird way, because I snort too when I laugh. Like when I'm laughing really hard, I snort, and a lot of my classmates are always making fun of me for that, and it's like a whole thing that I cannot do anything about.
This is it.
It looks like an abandoned hospital.
It is. Cool, right? Unfortunately, the owner's trying to sell it, so it might not be our hangout for much longer.
Oh, an abandoned hospital is such a cool, creepy hangout place for goths.
Okay, guys, get ready for the full-on fun of a goth party.
I really love how they made these characters in a really kind of gothic aesthetic, and like the room looks really cool.
Are you sure the fun meter has been set to full on?
Empathy, Fred.
Everyone's kind of looking really bored, which it is a stereotype about goths that we are always bored or like really nonchalant or really depressed or something. We aren't. A lot of goths are actually very bubbly, but a lot of people do always tell me that I do have a resting bitch face too, and that sometimes makes people think that I'm really mean because I always look really mad. Sometimes I don't know, I just forget to put on like a normal face or like a social face, maybe. Like, I'm not constantly smiling because that's just really tiring.
Don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his cool platform boots.
I love how they exaggerated this. Like, goths do love walking on really high boots. I personally do too. I'm also pretty like tiny, like for a Dutch person. Dutch people are really tall, so I do really like walking on platform boots. But honestly, if it was easy to walk in these shoes, I know this is just a goth's dream boots.
Trying to get yourself in trouble, Amelia? You know how we feel about outsiders.
Oh, come on, Dorbin. These are my friends. I've known Shaggy for years.
Ooh, seems like we found a gatekeeper goth. I feel like goth as a community is really like welcoming and accepting. So if you're not goth and you're approaching goths, I promise most of us are actually really welcoming and really open to meet people. Sometimes we don't seem so approachable, but I promise we are.
Excuse me, Mr. Dorbin, but I find your statements about outsiders contradictory, since Goths themselves are considered outside the fringe of normal society.
Silence! Outsiders beware!
That's actually really funny how she mentions that, because that's kind of true.
Well, he's a real pip. What does he mean by beware?
They say there's a creature that roams the halls by night. We, the Night Shadows, are protected by our union with the Netherworld, but outsiders are not. Apparently, there was an attack last night.
Attack last night?
Alright, so this plant monster, I assume, is the monster that we're talking about, only attacks people who are not goths. So I guess I can feel safe.
Now I'm feeling empathetic. This sounds like a mystery. What kind of creature are we talking about?
No one's seen it, but everyone has different ideas of what it could be. A bat wolf, a dark raven spirit, a vampire bass player.
That would be cool.
I mean, those would be a lot cooler than just a plant monster, and also a lot more goth. I mean, it would make sense if the monster is goth themselves, or like kind of one of those monsters that are described in gothic literature, because that would be logical because it doesn't attack goths.
Shaggy, Scooby, and Amelia, you look around the party for clues. Daphne, Velma, and I will search the hospital.
Gosh, like Amelia's changed so much. We're not two peas in a pod anymore at all. Maybe I need to show her that I can change too.
Shaggy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be a goth like Amelia.
You look like a sad mime.
I've said this before, but as a goth girl, we usually don't necessarily look for a goth partner. Like, not everyone who is goth necessarily wants a goth boyfriend too. My boyfriend isn't goth or alternative at all, even though he's kind of starting to get into metal a little bit. He's definitely not anywhere near goth, so you definitely do not have to become a goth if you want to get together with a goth. Goth people usually really appreciate when you are yourself, because that is what our culture is about. I do really think it's cute when you like get a partner and they're willing to learn more about goth and willing to try things.
Hey, you look great.
Yes, well, I've decided to dabble in this little culture of yours. In fact, I'll have some of what you're having.
He didn't.
It's the blood of a dragon, mixed with the tears of a three-eyed raven, and fluid from the pancreas of a black widow spider. Drink it if you dare, but I must warn you, it may be the last thing you consume.
Ew, what do you guys think this is? It's like maybe a Monster or something. Like, what's a really goth drink? That way it makes sense if it's Monster, because maybe he could get a heart attack from it.
Grape soda.
Impressive. Let's see what else you can handle.
Oh, that's actually pretty boring.
I just don't get the whole goth thing.
It's a form of individual self-expression.
How is dressing like everyone else a form of individual self-expression?
Damn, Velma, just before she knew a lot about goth, but now suddenly she doesn't know what goth is all about. This is actually really funny critique that people always have on the goth subculture. It's like, we always say that we're about self-expression and being individual and stuff, and then people are always like, well, you all look like each other. And I guess you're kind of a little bit right with that, even though there is actually a lot of different styles and a lot of different things within the goth subculture. We all really love dark things and we love kind of the darker makeup, but everyone does kind of style them differently. Everyone styles it how they want. Goths are really about DIY, so a lot of goths actually make their own clothes, which is definitely a form of self-expression, but also goth is about being different from the norm. Like, obviously, looking like this isn't something that is considered normal for like the general public, I guess. So I guess that is more kind of what we mean by self-expression. It's more like looking different from the norm, so not trying to be what people expect us to be. But yeah, the goth subculture is just a place where people can feel safe to be themselves, like not only in the way you look, but also just the way you behave and the way you are. And it's kind of just a community where people can come together who are different from the norm.
According to hospital records, years ago a mad doctor was locked up here for performing cruel and unusual experiments on vegetation. Some say he created a plant monster that attacked him, then disappeared, never to be seen again.
Oh, I love a good backstory with like experiments and stuff. I always really like those video games where you have like an experiment gone wrong and then monsters appear and stuff.
Welcome to the doorway to the beyond. You'll have to spend 5 minutes in complete darkness.
Like the old me would never get in there. But a lot of the work I've done on changing myself has been on my relationships with drawers, in general. Is that 5 minutes? That felt like 5 minutes.
No.
Oh my god, as I've mentioned before, I work in a morgue and we have these kind of like things where bodies lie, right? But I would personally never want to be in there. Like, that would seem so scary to me, even though I'm not scared of dead things at all. And also it's just kind of gross. But I do have a funny story connected to this, because we also have like a big storage, a big open storage that you can walk into where it's like cooled and we store bodies there, and the door from that cooler closes really quickly and the lights go off when there's no movement inside, right? So sometimes you're kind of like cleaning the place or you're checking the tag on someone's ankle or something. So that means you're standing still for just a few seconds and the light switches off really quickly and then it's like completely pitch black darkness, so you cannot see anything. I also once had to do like a guided tour for one of the new people who was gonna work with us. So I showed him the cooler room and I was explaining things and stuff, so we were standing still, and that's when it happened too. Like, the lights got off. We were like locked in a dark room with like bodies, and that guy was probably just traumatized from that experience, so I never saw him again. And I still feel really bad for that guy because he was probably so scared when that happened.
I don't like this.
What? I'm trying new things and Amelia's showing me how.
Unlike the old Shaggy.
Like it's okay, Scoob.
Oh my god, it's drooling too.
Why is he following us? Can he tell how much I've changed?
He's not buying it.
Or maybe Shaggy needs to complete like the whole ritual of becoming a goth before he's considered goth by the plant monster or something.
I didn't order that. It looks like something that's about to grab Dorothy. Clippers! Perfection!
I'll get the net.
What is this randomness?
Strange. I wonder why the plant monster's only attacking certain people.
What does it want? What's its motivation?
A plant's motivation? Dirt, water, light. That's a plant's motivation.
That's it! Plants are attracted to light. The Goths wear dark clothing, hang out in dark rooms. They're basically invisible to a plant. Look at us. Bright clothes, running around with flashlights.
But it wouldn't make sense because a lot of goths do have dyed hair and sometimes really brightly dyed hair. So does he ignore those goths too, or is that actually attractive to him? I want to know if I'm safe when I dye my hair bright pink.
We need to camouflage ourselves.
Well, I don't care how non-empathetic it makes me. I am not dressing like a plant.
I don't think that's what she has in mind.
The humor in this is really bad. I guess it's because it's made for kids. I'm not sure actually for what ages this is made. Is this like for children or is this meant for older people? Because I'm not actually sure if children would understand the whole goth stuff. That would actually be really funny if Scooby-Doo would get children into goth with this episode, with like the way they make it so cool.
We look like a mime motorcycle gang.
Oh my god, I really love their looks. Like, this is so cool. Like, I just love transformations. And also, I said before that I thought Velma would be a really good goth. And was I wrong? I mean, this looks so good.
Wow, Shaggy, you have changed.
I also think it's funny how the dog is wearing chokers, because a lot of people, when I wear chokers, they always call it a dog collar.
You're really starting to fit into our scene here.
Amelia! I warned you that inviting outsiders here was a bad idea. You've been summoned by Lord Morlack.
I never get summoned.
The Dark Lord shows very little mercy. Let me handle this.
You're kidding.
I was almost expecting the Dark Lord to be like Edgar Allan Poe or something again, but yeah.
Before spending time with us, Shaggy was a cowardly soul whose only purpose was the hunt for sustenance.
A life without hope or meaning? I love it! And what of the rest?
Well, that one's a talking dog, and the other three solve mysteries about monsters on a weekly basis.
I mean, yeah, they would fit pretty good in like a goth community as people who solve monster mysteries. I do know that a lot of goth people are really into Scooby-Doo because it's like kind of thriller, mystery, murder solving things. And it's kind of a good introduction to horror.
That is truly tragic. In terms of your request with this shaggy fellow, I'll consider it. But for now, I must take leave of you all.
Did you hear that? Morlock said he loved you.
That wasn't exactly what I heard.
Well, close enough.
I promise it's not this hard to get into the goth community in real life.
I think you should stay, so we can complete one final crucible.
Final cubicle? Sounds final. They're gonna sacrifice Shaggy! What?
I promise as goths we do not sacrifice anything except for our money when new band merch comes out.
Here, I smell sacrifice. Stand back, everyone! Stop what you're doing!
Shaggy is getting some action over here. Oh my god, I really love this song. I think they made this especially for this episode because I couldn't find the song anywhere. And I really like that they added this to kind of contribute to the whole like goth vibe from this episode.
Like Amelia! Like you're alright!
What's this?
A gothy friendship bracelet of some kind, right?
No, not right.
I gave him that as a symbol of our love.
Our what?
How could you marry him without my consent?
I'm married?
I think if I ever get married, which hopefully I will, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I will do like a gothic wedding too, with like at least for myself a black dress or something with like lace and stuff.
Amelia, you are guilty of crimes against the Night Shadows, including the destruction of our celebration hall. I hereby banished from the Night Shadows.
I'm kicked out?
That's like the most horrific thing for a goth to give up and to not have anymore their eyeliner. I mean, honestly, kinda true.
I had no idea the darkest union of the Raven ritual was a wedding ceremony. I really like you, but don't you think that's moving pretty fast?
Relax, Shaggy. It was just a made-up goth ceremony. It wasn't a real wedding.
What a relief, because I don't want to be married or a goth. You were right, Amelia. I haven't changed, and I'm okay with that. I'm just a simple, hungry guy who's scared by nearly everything.
It's really nice if you want to try being goth for a while to see if you like it. But if you're not into it, then don't try to force yourself to be something that you're not, because you're still really cool and you don't have to be goth to be considered cool or to be friends with goths.
If only there was some way to get back inside.
Well, according to the rules, once you've been banished, there's only one way back. And that's nearly impossible.
Lord Morlack! Like, according to Night Shadow law, anyone may challenge leadership between sunset and sunrise during a full moon.
There can only be one. Let the Goth-off begin!
Oof, a goth off. It's almost like those people online fighting for who's more goth by proving that they listen to more goth music or by showing that they can do eyeliner better or whatever.
Stare into the cutest faces on the planet without showing emotion. First person to show any emotion loses.
I know that a lot of goths do really like cute animals, as proven by the animal channel in my Discord server, where people, every time I send pictures of my cats, all the people are like, oh, they're so cute, and everyone's sharing pictures of cute animals and stuff, so...
Your gothness is strong, but can you face the teacup pig?
Like, hey, I won!
I'm not scared to admit that I'm really easily scared, like, especially with horror movies. People always really like to flex, like, oh, I never get scared from jump scares. But I definitely do. Like, I kind of dislike when movies have a lot of jump scares because I will throw anything I have in my hands away. Like, when I'm in the movies and a jump scare comes on the screen, I will throw away my popcorn. Oh my god, that scene actually reminds me of a video I have of my cat. It looks exactly the same, I'll show you.
Got him!
And I got you back in the Night Shadows.
Maybe I should call a botanist?
No, officer, this is no plant. It's really...
Oh, it's the gatekeeper dude, that makes sense. He's just trying to gatekeep the goth community by like chasing away anyone who doesn't fit into their group or something.
This was a tough one, until I saw it through the plant's eyes. The Goth kids had turned the abandoned hospital into their hangout. When the owner decided to sell, the Goths were in danger of losing the place. Fortunately for them, the hospital just happened to have an old legend about a mad doctor who created a plant monster. I found pieces of the plant monster costume, which I mistook as a trail. But what really confused me was why the monster only came after us, but not the Goths or Jeff. I realized it was only attacking those who threatened to remove the Goths from the property or threatened to upset their internal power structure.
Okay, that makes sense, but still, he's a gatekeeper.
It was Dorbin who was the most protective of the group as its staunch rule keeper.
And I would have gotten away with dressing as a really mean plant based on a strange historic legend and chasing away people who didn't like goth music from an abandoned... Oh, forget it.
Oh my god, I do really love that he mentions the people that don't like goth music.
I'm gonna become a skate punk. It's pretty straightforward.
I love the humor in this.
See you in another 8 years, scaredy man Shaggy.
Well, Scoob, looks like it's back to being a lone wolf for me.
What about me?
I guess you're a lone wolf too. Come on, let's go be lone wolves together. Marriage is hard anyway.
Tell me about it.
damn, okay, they just threw that one in there like... Well, that was the entire episode. I really did enjoy this. It was like, it had some kind of weird, corny jokes, but I did think it's really funny, and I did actually like that they did research for what goth is, and they were pretty correct about the parts where they were serious about like the goth subculture and about like our values, and that it's about goth music and stuff. So I do really appreciate that they were pretty correct about that, even though they did throw some of the stereotypes in there, but I'm pretty sure that was just for the joke. And I do find it funny because usually in like series and like things like this, you have kind of like a moral message, and this time it was like empathy and being yourself, and I really do like that because both of those kind of connect to the goth subculture, because being yourself is like the biggest part of being goth, and also empathy because, well, some people can be really mean about goths and a lot of people can bully goths, but in the end you just need to think like, well, everyone likes their own things. Some people are into this, some people aren't, which is also understandable. Yeah, overall a great episode. I had so much fun watching this, and I really hope you did too. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Have you ever seen this before? And are there any episodes or cartoons that you want me to react to next? Because I'm really open to watching any of your suggestions. I think it's really fun to react to things like this and South Park and Scooby-Doo and stuff. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing, leave a like and a comment under the video, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!